Do you ever wonder how experienced players win 90% of the Bedwars games they play? Well, you clicked on the right video. Today, we're breaking down exactly why. We're gonna do an analysis of my own gameplay. I'm gonna tell you how the decisions I made in that game helped me win. Now, without further ado, let's get into the analysis. When I spawn in, I wait for 30 iron and 3 gold to buy a stone sword, a gap, and 80 blocks, which is enough for my first rush. Notice here that I really quickly put down a wool defense on top of my bed. Here is a mistake that most people already make. Players either start with a huge defense or don't leave a defense at all, which is not the correct choice. Before leaving your base, you should leave a quick end stone defense, or at least a 1-layer wool defense. Let's get back to the game analysis. As I bridged to my diamonds and turned around, I saw that pink team was already there. I knew that because he left his base earlier than me, he would have less iron to work with, which means he might not have a stone sword. He fell into the void, meaning I would have time to push his bed, but he would also get more resources from his generator. So I didn't go for his base, I went mid instead, so I could get more resources and kill him later on. After getting all the M's from mid, I saw that Gray was pushing Pink and Pink was fighting them. I was collecting the diamonds here when I looked at chat and saw that Gray had fell into the void. That's why I opted to go for Pink bed instead of going back to my own base, as I know that Pink will be pushing Gray. After getting their bed, I looked in chat and noticed that Pink had died. I quickly bought Prot and a diamond sword to ensure that I would survive this fight. However, he respawned earlier than I expected, so I was hit into the corner. I was really low on health, so I started block hitting and survived on 2 hearts. Here's another mistake that players make. They don't block hit in fights. Block hitting with your sword reduces damage by 50%. You should always try to squeeze in some block hits when you're fighting. The timing of the block hits need to be practiced, but it doesn't take that long to get used to. When getting emeralds from mid, I noticed that red was bridging to mid as well. So instead of collecting the rest of the M's, I pushed red and killed him here. After collecting the diamonds, I went to Gray base because I knew I wouldn't survive the fight with red without a gap. After gearing up, getting a bridge egg, a KB stick, I went to Red's base and broke their bed. When running to the diamonds, I noticed that yellow was coming for me. I wasn't nervous at all though. I had my diamond sword. I positioned myself so that the tree was behind me so I couldn't fall off the map. When gapping here, I noticed that blue team was right behind me, so I ran around the map and he chased me. I fireballed while he was jumping here, hoping it would knock him back into the void, but he didn't move at all, and comboed me. I ran in the opposite direction, but I noticed there was no bridge, so I fireballed bridge egg to Gray base. This could be a really useful strategy to extend your fireball and escape someone. When I arrived at Gray base, I noticed that I was really low, so I didn't go into the base. I tried to run, but I fell into the void. That was unfortunate. When I respawned, Red was in my generator and had broken my bed, so I comboed him and got my stuff back. Because I didn't have any emeralds, I had limited options. I bought iron armor, a gap, a fireball, and a few blocks. Here's a mistake that most people make. When they lose their bed, they try to eliminate the remaining teams first. But instead, you should go get emeralds and diamonds. This should help you clutch up the game more easily later. I was constantly switching between first person and third person perspective here, as I needed to see the whole map. And would you look at that? I noticed blue on a bridge in my third person view. I kept running because I know he had more resources than me. Once I got the diamonds though, he decided not to push me. I bought another diamond sword here because I know it will help me in fights a lot. When going to buy protection too, I saw him on the bridge and bought a few gaps. He had a jump potion, so I suspected that he had more gear than me. Instead of going out to fight him, I stayed in the generator as I knew then there was no way for him to knock me off the map. And here you can see how buying a diamond sword had really paid off. He died in a few hits while I was still at half health. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope this video had helped you improve in Bedwars. If you like this type of content, please check out the other videos in my channel, like, subscribe, and comment what you learned. See you in the next video. Peace out.